Hello everyone, welcome back to Gloomhaven. I haven't played in a few days, so I had to go back and look at the last video to see where the heck we left off. Notably, we left off at 49 out of 50 XP on the Scoundrel. What a waste. Maybe the city encounter will give us some XP. I would call the last episode a qualified success, in that we failed in our mission at the Underwater Lagoon. But we did succeed in getting the Scoundrel to kill to kill the three uses she wanted to kill. No lurkers and spitting drakes to be found there, but she's a third of the way to retirement now, thanks to that last mission. And I don't know, retirement is what I see as the ultimate goal in most of Gloomhaven. It's, as I said, one of the main ways to get meta progress across your campaign to make you more powerful against threats at the current level. So what I'd like to do next, I think, is revisit the Temple of the Seer. Which we did recently. Maybe it was 2 episodes ago, maybe a little bit more, but I think it was just 2. The final room was tough. I think I said at the time that I got sort of lucky and sort of unlucky and still just barely lost. So maybe if I were to get more lucky, I would win. But also, this is the one quest available that has spitting drakes, which the Scoundrel also wants to kill. She failed to kill any of them last time she was there, but I'm sure we'll figure something out somehow. The city encounter is flashing, obviously. I don't really know that anybody... I don't know. I like to spend my gold before I go to city encounters, or before I do encounters in general, because some of them are like, oh, you can lose some money. And if you're broke, they can't do that to you. So let's just go buy him some other small item, shall we, for Chunk. He has, what, stamina and healing? Yeah, sure. Stun powder would be quite nice. He can't quite afford it. Do I want a power potion instead? Sure, he has a decent number of AoE attacks. Let's take one. I think I talked about this already before, right? But notice the difference between Power Potion and Stun Powder. Obviously, they have a different effect. But this one says to a single attack, and this one says to your entire attack action. Which I believe I've talked about the difference, which is that an attack action is like the ability you're using, and an attack is one instance of drawing a modifier card against a single enemy. So Stun Powder stuns one enemy, Power Potion adds 1 damage to every enemy you're hitting. Okay, city encounter time. You decide to unwind to the sleeping lion, but just as you're starting to relax, a bear of a man crashes into your table, scattering your drinks across the floor. Yes, so we've had this, right? If you do your best to stop the fighting, I think you can like gain some reputation, and maybe you pay gold. I don't really remember. I think if you join the fray, you get like a perk point or something. I don't really remember. I'm not paying. I already have my experience. Great. So that can scout level. I already have my +10 reputation unlock. I have the Sunkeeper, so I don't mind tanking my reputation into the ground if I can. The problem is it's kind of hard to do because it's at 11. And you need to get it to -10 to unlock whatever the next character is. There's a character unlock for having -10. Maybe I'll never get there. Probably, in fact, right? But I might as well try. The Scoundrel leveled up as a result of a barroom brawl. We can take Hidden Daggers, which has a burn attack 4 at range against 2 targets. Very nice. And just a bottom half invisible. Also quite nice. And then we have the Duelist Advance. Move 3, attack 3, so nice to have a big top half move. This is like just a better version of the Mind Thief's Scurry top half, for example. Bottom half. Add +2 attack to all of your attacks this round, targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies. So it's kind of like, the single out idea. Where's single out? Up here, right? Yes, so, the Scoundrel has kind of 2 ways to add damage to her cards. You know, 2 different kinds of sneak attack, as you would say if you were a D&D player, which I am not. There's, you know, you can attack someone who's adjacent to one of your allies, or you can attack someone who's adjacent to none of their allies. Backstab is, I believe, the only card we've seen so far that benefits from both of those things. But it's a burn card, and I rarely end up using it for that because the bottom half move is so incredible. But the top half does a lot of damage if you can get someone very singled out. The bottom half of this card lets you, you know, gain an advantage from... I mean, it doesn't give you advantage, but it lets you gain something from them not being next to any of their allies. I think that with the style that I try to play the Scoundrel in, the bottom half of this card is not very useful. I more often want to, like, you know, dart in and attack kind of thing, and then attack again and run away, and this uses up my bottom half, so I won't be able to run away on the turn, or I won't be able to dash in. So it's quite tough, I think, to get to an enemy who's adjacent to none of their allies and attack them on a turn without moving and also without exposing yourself to danger. So I don't like the bottom half of this card very much. The top half is quite nice. But it's more about adding mobility, which I feel like the Scoundrel already has plenty of. I guess I would let you play this and also use a bottom half effect that does something else good, like you could turn on Single Out, for example. Or we have, like, Thieves' Knack to attack to go with Duelist's Advance, I guess. Any other cool bottom half effects we might want? Not really Quick Hands. You know, none of these are that amazing. Bottom halves. So I think I'm just going to take the sort of boring Hidden Daggers. I love invisibility. It's sort of like better on the top half, I think? I'm not sure. It's good on both halves. Oh, and we get a perk as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm just taking consistency. I love getting rid of -1s. I want to have a very reliable deck where I can just predict with certainty that I will be killing an enemy. You can never be certain because of this. Well, that's not true. If you have advantage and only 1 negative modifier in your deck, you can be certain you'll, you know, some minimum amount of damage. So I'll just get rid of I'll play consistency, pick consistency, and get rid of this stuff. And deck building. To add Hidden Daggers, we will be taking out maybe Thief's Knack. Keeping in mind that we want to play this for its bottom half most of the time, I guess. That should influence the kinds of cards I want to keep, right? Somehow? Trickster's Reversal, probably not that good most of the time. The bottom half, like, dodge damage is pretty fun. The top half is a specialized tool. Which I packed for one mission a while ago and then accidentally left in for some time. Oh, look at that. Clunk leveled up as well. Okay, cool. So I think I have a pretty decent amount of movement. And I can maybe, like... The dream, really, is to, late in a turn, use, let's say, Sinister Opportunity to move in and flank somebody after they've taken their action. Hit them with a flanking strike. Next turn, hit them with something else and go invisible. And then you have, like, a whole nother turn to, like, mess with people. So that's the dream for a card like Hidden Daggers. How's Clunk doing? Burning Flash. Attack 4 against all adjacent enemies, gaining experience and creating a light. Decent for a burn card. Bottom half, heal 3, range 3, spend any element to heal an additional and create light. Okay, that could be a way to make use of Chunk's kind of overproduction of earth, perhaps. So we have more ways to consume light than make it, and this is a way to make it. Or we have mobilizing axiom. Attack 4, make light. Okay, pretty straightforward stuff. Bottom half, all allies within range 5 can move 4, and it's burn. I think we kind of already have a decent amount of just like big bonks on this character. And I would welcome a card like Burning Flash to give me something to do with the bottom half on turns I don't want to move, right? We have some of those. We have Strengthen. That's basically it. We have Strengthen, right? Everything else, the bottom half is a move or something we don't, a burn card or something. So, yeah, I think I welcome Burning Flash, mostly for the bottom half. Just, keep the allies healed up and maybe produce some elements. Seems nice. What am I getting rid of here? Not Daybreak, I'll tell you that. I like Defensive Stance and Hammer Blow for, just being good attacks that use up light, or that consume light. I'm a little tempted to actually get rid of Holy Strike. I do love Stunning. Maybe Cautious Advance could go. It is nice to have, like, a door opener, but the Scoundrel's not too bad at that, I think. On the other hand, we have so few low initiative cards. I don't really want to get rid of some 20s. I think I'm going to get rid of that 80 I was talking about, the Holy Strike with Stun. I'd rather just kill enemies. Why stun them, right? Okay, right. We took Extreme Fortitude. That's nice. Have I bought something to make that good yet? I have. Okay. Cool. So, you'll not be surprised to hear that I'm certainly considering consistency. I don't know. I don't know quite how to balance the various things you're supposed to want in your deck. Some things I know that I want are a small deck and lots of rolling cards. Because when you draw rolling cards, it's just like, a strict upside. You get to add more stuff happening. And the fewer stop cards you have in your deck, these starter things, the more often you're going to hit your rolling modifiers so that you can do more things in a turn. And the more rolling modifiers you have, also the more you'll hit them. So, I like removing -1s because it means we are less likely to roll low and do less damage, but also just because I like removing cards. Right now I don't have any rolling modifiers, so that part's not so exciting. Shield oneself, huh? That's interesting. A little bit weak if we don't have much low initiative stuff, right? Tempting if we could get more fast cards. I'm a little worried these are just going to do nothing a lot of the time. Or generating light, generating stun, maybe even healing. These are fine. Even a rolling +1, fine. But I think I'll just get rid of 2 -1s for now. Okay. Now we are off to... Nope, not here. The Temple of the Seer? Yes. This one that had a few golems at the front and then a giant room full of drakes and everything else. Drakes and bears. Spitting drakes and living spirits, as I recall. Oh yeah, there's this guy who's been pooing in the woods, and he's like, hey, could you get me some leaves? I don't know what happens if you get him some leaves, but I have had this once, and I stole his stuff, and you get like a couple bucks and some negative reputation, which is fine with me. Positive reputation is still its own reward, and the stuff is cheaper at the shops, and I do like gold, but I would like to push towards negative reputation. I think it also can give you positive outcomes in encounters to have positive reputation, but probably there are some where negative reputation helps too. I don't know. Anyway, what are my battle goals here? Don't lose much HP, seems unlikely. Take only long rests, seems even less likely, to be honest. Because once I open that giant room, it's just going to be so hard to take long rests. But I don't know, I have 2 other tanks. Maybe I could manage it. Never dropping below half my HP, though, I think is like 0% I can do this. So let's take Straggler, and maybe I accidentally find an opportunity. Probably I'll just forget, but also probably I won't really have a choice. Use... Okay, his level is 5, so could he use his items 7 times? Does not look hard at all, right? Other one is take only short rests. That also doesn't seem hard, but I bet there will be a chance for like 1 long rest that I'd like to take, so I'll take Professional. Use no items. I assume I don't want that. Yeah. Oh. Once you leveled up, you had room for a small item that I should have bought you. Same is true for Shank, isn't it? Whoops. Should have bought them something. I mean, I could just concede and go back to the shops. Then I've gotten a city encounter and a road encounter for free. I don't know, that doesn't seem quite in the spirit of the game. I think in Cardboard, I would rule that, like, oh yeah, that's right, of course, you can go shopping. Or no! Well, we just gained 2 gold in the road encounter, so Clunk... No, the potions cost less than 10 because of my reputation, so they both could afford it. In Cardboard, I think I would allow players to say, oh yeah, that's right, we just forgot to go shopping. We don't have any pertinent new information, let's just go shopping illegally now. But, of course, in digital, you don't have that flexibility if you're not playing tabletop sim. Which I still feel like one of these days I'd like to check it out and see just how grueling it is to manage all these stuff yourself. Even with scripting support, I imagine it's kind of a bear. Anyway, we don't want to take that. Loot 5 more gold seems totally possible. Any cards we need to change now that we know the setup? Crushing Grasp. Seems bad. Oh, I remember I tried to turn this guy into like a melee build, didn't I? Because of the Tremor Blade, or was there some other reason? A card I picked recently? Stone Pummel, yeah. Okay. And it was pretty exciting to have, where was it? Unstable Upheaval buffed by Forceful Storm. That did a ton of damage. But I'm worried about the spitting drakes and the living spirits. They're going to be tough to fight in melee, aren't they? So I kind of want to get rid of that stuff. I'm also not really impressed with Avalanche. I mean, should I be more impressed with Avalanche? It would let us turn the door into a more exciting choke point, right? You can sort of imagine, like, the Cragheart at some point opening the door. I wish I had a diagram here for you that I could draw, because I have one in my head. Yeah, can I look at Dirt Tornado? Yes. Okay. So suppose, like, the door is here, and, like, the left side is the room we started in. The right side is where the enemies are. If we're standing in the door, then they're 3-on-1ing us, right? If I step back, then, assuming they're melee guys, we can be 3-on-1ing one of them. You know, here, here, and here. But that, like, you don't really need to 3-on-1 a bunch of enemies, right? What, like, 3-on-1 a single enemy, rather, because that just, like, you overkill them and you waste a turn, and meanwhile the ranged dudes fly a bit closer. I have this idea of, well, what if I opened the door and stepped back, and then, like, isn't there something cute I could do with obstacles, maybe, to get us a 3-on-3? So we're not outnumbered, but we're not, like, narrow laser focusing one enemy? Like, I guess I don't even need obstacles to do that, do I? I can just have my guys stand here, here, and here. And then the enemies are all like this. The Scoundrel always gets flanks because all of these enemies are adjacent to an ally. Okay, maybe Avalanche can go then. I like having a heal, and the Suffer is fine. It's quite a good move, in fact, because often you don't need to move that far, and sneaking in some damage is great, especially against living spirits. Massive Boulder, also great against living spirits. Fine against other enemies. I do not think we need a rock tunnel. In fact, we need very little move. So anything that just has, like, move and then a mediocre effect on the other side, we should be cutting. Unstable Upheaval. It's the kind of thing where you hope you don't get into a situation for it to be good, right? Attack 3 against 1 billion enemies. Pretty cool. But I don't want to be in that kind of situation, I think. Crater's okay. I want the Dirt Tornado. Earthen Clod is sort of fine. Obviously, we're getting rid of Forceful Storm if we're taking out all this melee stuff. Heaving Swing, I think, is pretty good. It works in melee and at range. If you don't want to move, you can just, like, use it as a buff. If there's someone that you want to push, if you can arrange to push someone into an obstacle, which hopefully we can with stuff like Rock Slide, then the top half is great. Nature's Lift. Heal 2, target 2. That's interesting. No one's infusing air, so bottom half of this kind of sucks, and I don't really like the top half that much. I think Explosive Punch is supposed to be good with Rock Slide. It might be hard to target, but it's a lot more flexible than Unstable Upheaval, sort of. Is it? It's an attack 4, where Unstable Upheaval is attack 3. And it produces Earth rather than consuming Earth. But if you already have Earth, the range on this is strictly worse than the range on Unstable Upheaval, right? Because everyone who's adjacent to an adjacent obstacle... Actually, it doesn't say single hex obstacles. This works on large obstacles too, but okay. We're only going to have single obstacles because we're going to be making them. In which case, its range is strictly less than Unstable Upheaval. But hopefully not in a way that matters very much. Because we don't want enemies behind us. We want them in front of us, where this is going to hit them anyway, I think. But I don't know. I'm not that big a fan, actually. If I were cutting this, what would I be putting back in? Probably Crater. Crater's pretty good, actually. And then the rest of this we're clearly keeping. Although I'm like looking at Stone Pummel and I'm like, what? The top half... You know, it works best when there are enemies behind you, which I said I was trying to avoid, but okay, I can't always do that. I guess I'll keep. And here, we were looking at like trying to add cards that don't move to the bottom half, like on their bottom half, right? So like, for example, maybe we could take a Glorious Bolt to have a ranged muddle if we don't want to move. And actually, Defensive Stance, we could put on very early. I don't like burning cards, but this should save a lot of health. I guess my bottom half cards, aside from this one, are all burn, basically. What's these guys' max health? How do I even find that out? I don't know. It's just like, you can't know. I don't know, I'm not going to put in Lay on Hands, I guess. Maybe I could take out Protective Blessing. Everyone suffering no damage for a round is very powerful. I think actually, yeah, I should keep this for the bottom half. Oh, this one sucks. We're just not going to need to move 4 ever. And it's move 4 on both halves. So put in that Glorious Bolt I was dreaming about. Beacon of Light. I guess... I don't think anyone's poisoning or wounding, really. The Spinning Drakes muddle, and they probably poison occasionally. Beacon of Light would help with that, but... I don't think it's really important enough to include as a card in the deck. Let's just double check everyone has good battle goals still. I didn't use the wrong ones or something. Oh yeah, I just don't like this one. Okay, in we go. It's been a while. We spent a lot of time strategizing, but we're finally going to get to Tactical Eyes. Tacticize?
I know. You read.
So we like our kind of typical opening of Sinister Opportunity Flanking Strike. Although actually we could probably open Wound, right? Wounding these guys is pretty good. Positioning? I don't know. Sunkeeper in the middle seems good. Technically, we could be back here, I guess. Nope, we can't. It's not a square. Okay. Let's assume we're going to need to charge these guys because they don't move very much. Like a max of 2, I think. Maybe a max of 3. So like move 2 is probably enough, but not guaranteed. And we would like to move slowly. Daybreak is tempting. As long as they move at all, this reaches. And the Bless is useful. And I guess I could Protective Blessing someone as well. We're not attacking in that case, but... Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to Practical Plans to get the attack in. Attack 5 is probably better than Bless and Strengthen. Now you... I mean, you kind of just want... Rock Slide, right? It's a good opener. And I forget, do I have a bottom half that adds range? Yeah, but this isn't a ranged attack. So do I have a bottom half that does anything? Rumbling Advance, I guess. Rock Slide's already making Earth, so that's a little bit wasted, but not bad. Massive Boulder seems sort of weak. Maybe I'll use that as my move. Okay. They're moving 1 and only attacking adjacent. Perfect. Oh, they're so slow! Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. So obstacles here and here would be enough. And then I can place another one behind me for clear the way. So we want to move to like here, but no closer. Rock Slide those spaces. I guess maybe here would have been better, because I could still clear the way with it. But it would also potentially be an explosive punch or something. I didn't even bring that, did I? No. It would be a way to prevent so many enemies from getting adjacent to me, but I don't think I especially need to prevent that. Okay, so this first turn has gone great. Very happy with everyone's initiative and actions. So, we can attack anybody with this. The Scoundrel, however, can only really attack one of these two. And I think she wants to attack this guy because she's going to get a chance to get 2 pretty decent attacks in. And that might even be wasted on this guy if we attack him for like 5 twice plus the Sunkeeper. Actually, that's just enough to kill him. Jeez, these guys are big. So maybe the Scoundrel wants to attack you. So is it like this then? No, we probably want you up front, right? I mean, someone has to be up front, and I think I'd rather it be you. Ooh, we do have that stun effect. Very nice for you, I suppose. I don't think we necessarily need it right now. Maybe we do, though. Why not? We don't have a great way to, like... Yes, he has 3 shields. Attacking that sucks, but we don't have a ton of ways to bypass shields. Might as well go in for this. Stop him from pummeling us next turn. Turns out we're not using the second ability of Sinister Opportunity, but that's fine. Just means someone's already in a position we're happy with. I don't know. Maybe I could have somehow... I don't know. I feel bad about using the poison on this guy. Maybe I should have reorganized things so I was poisoning the elite. I sort of forgot she had the dagger. But poison here still seems useful. So Thief Snack attacks this guy, and Flanking Strike probably kills him, right? You, I think, are absolutely getting into defensive stance immediately. And what else are you doing? Cautious Advance? Not so bad, actually. Be a super blocker right now. But there's probably only one guy attacking. That seems sort of wasted. I think we should try to get some damage in. Sadly, I didn't make any light. And my attack opportunities are limited when I'm not making light. You know, I wonder if we don't quite need defensive stance just yet. We're down to just these, like, 2 enemies. We'll have a chance to heal after we've fought them. Maybe I can burn a little bit less. And then there was a bottom half in here that I liked somehow, wasn't there? If I wasn't using defensive stance. Empowering Command, let the Scoundrel attack again. Kind of funny. We wouldn't want to use it on the Scoundrel because she's planning to kill this guy. Yeah, Plus, we like to use the top half of Empowering Command to stretch out value, right? So maybe strengthen all allies and shield up? Since I can't really guarantee I'll be attacking anything usefully right now. Does that generate light? No. Instead of strengthening allies, I could... where did it go? I could use the bottom half of Glorious Bolt to muddle this guy, which would be nice. I think that is better. It's nice to have all the allies adjacent so this hits them, but I'm kind of hoping we'll be that way for much of the scenario. So this way I get some useful things done. Still not generating any light. Could be attacking more. It's still attack 4, right? That's a good card. That's a lot of damage. I just kind of hope I can get a little bit more out of it. I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to attack 4 into a guy who has 3 shields when you could try to attack 5 or something. Or maybe the rogue can use special mixture to poison him soon. Probably, right? Not a rogue. Scoundrel, excuse me. Stone Pummel here, I mean, it's cute, but it doesn't really do damage. How is Clear the Way? It's attack 3 on both of them also, so not really any bigger. On the other hand, it does let me get here and plan a heaving swing to push someone into an obstacle. And remember, I have the Tremor Blade, so I don't even have to spend the earth if I don't want to. I can still do useful stuff. Sorry, I don't spend the earth with an ability card. I can spend it with my item. I don't think I want a Rumbling Advance up here. I don't know. It makes these guys suffer, and like, oh well, sorry, Sunkeeper. I guess you're gonna suffer 1 damage. She doesn't mind that so much. Anything better than Stone Pummel I should be doing? I don't think so. Okay, that seems like a turn then. Attack 2, range 3, pull and immobilize. And they're going before... Well, they won't be targeting the Cragheart anyway, so that's fine, I guess. You'll be targeting the Sunkeeper. Oh, you'll be pulling her into the spot the Cragheart was hoping to move to. Oh well. So, I mean, there you go. That's kind of peak Scoundrel, right? Catch somebody with 9 health, 2 shields, and just kill them over the course of 2 turns in between their actions. That's how she likes to operate. Huge single target damage. But we can't, like, you know, we have to be careful how we position to get that advantage. What were we doing here? Oh, this was muddling, I think. She doesn't really mind being immobilized there, obviously. Well, I have to use the boots to get to a good position. Ooh. Is it a good position, though? It lets me Stone Pummel both of these guys. But it doesn't let me Heaving Swing them next turn, which I think is the important thing. So I think we actually go over here and accept just hitting 1 enemy with Stone Pummel. Because, like, Stone Pummel's barely doing any damage anyway to the second enemy. It's doing some decent damage to 1 enemy because I've got the Tremor Blade. Now, how does this work? Okay, I was confused, like, because if you're actually targeting multiple enemies, I don't know exactly how you use the Tremor Blade to indicate which one you want to affect, but I guess if there's just one, it doesn't give you the option. Fine. Boo. So now, I think it's kind of just a lame throwing knives. No, we want special mixture, right? Like this, move slowly, poison somebody, special mixture them. Craghart's definitely playing Heaving Swing and... I mean, Earthen Clod ought to be fine. I don't have any huge heals I can lay down right now, but I can lay down a heal 1, which is fine. And it gives me something to do with my bottom half, right? Which I otherwise don't have. I mean... I guess I could just Crush and Grasp bottom half, because I don't really need the top half of this anytime soon. And... I can get a little bit more value out of Earthen Clod if I wait until someone's more damaged. I'd also like to go quickly this turn so I can push this guy into the rock as quickly as possible in case he's doing like a move 0 attack adjacent enemies. Still no light. I think it's probably just like a decent attack. Like I have a hammer blow, sure. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does something. And a bottom half. I have a heal around here somewhere, don't I? Yeah, Burning Flash. I will have the Sunkeeper go slower instead of faster. Not that there's a big difference here. Because I don't think she's killing or disabling any of these enemies anytime soon, and if she goes slower, there's a better chance her heal gets to do something meaningful. Okay, so it was as it was foretold. So Heaving Swing this idiot. Put him here, please. And I should go get adjacent to him. And I guess also adjacent to the Sunkeeper? Not bad so far. You get the bigger heal, so it goes on you. So, which enemy needs to be poisoned and then stabbed? I think it's the big guy? Not certain, of course. You have more HP, but like... you have one more shield, so you're going to be at least as hard to kill, right? Unless I had brought Trickster's Reversal, which I haven't. It's a little tempting to move adjacent to the Sunkeeper. But it's also a little frightening to be adjacent to both of these golems. But I mean, like, we're just going to backstab away or something, aren't we? Or hidden daggers to hide and throwing knives to attack. We should be fine here. Nice shot. I guess I actually don't want to backstab, right? I want to attack and be invisible just in case something weird happens. And I think it's worth playing throwing knives here over using the basic attack too. Neither one of them is likely to do any damage, but the throwing knives gives me XP, I guess. And actually, yeah. I don't know. It's going to be with disadvantage, so it's less likely to roll high enough to kill, but... Actually... I don't know. Just a normal attack against this guy might kill. Although I suppose, like... The other characters are probably... Like, the Cragheart probably has a plan to kill this guy, right? So... Let's just go with throwing knives to make the XP, I guess. Her deck is pretty good, right? Yeah. So an auto attack, a punch against this guy might actually do something. But odds aren't incredible. I think I'll just take the XP. How about you? Strengthening all allies? That seems great. Ooh, giving the scoundrel back a couple cards? No, we're probably just resting soon. Oh, actually, play the bottom half of this? That's nice. Top half attack 4 seems fine. I didn't end up getting to clear the way, so this obstacle went to waste. Opposing strike seems like a fine attack. Bottom half earthen clod seems fine. Okay. Oh, look at that. This guy's dead already. I don't have to attack him. That's nice. So we just have to deal with a move 2 attack 4. And I guess you'll be attacking the Sunkeeper because I'll be invisible. I don't see any reason why this attack here is helpful. Is there some reason I should do this? Affect my modifier deck somehow? Not really. Obviously I want to attack one of them. So I get the XP. I don't really see how attacking you can accomplish anything. I guess it could drop gold prematurely before he kills himself, and then I could walk onto it instead of becoming invisible, maybe? Sure. Got in there for one, better than I'd hoped. Oh! They get to act before they suffer. Whoops. I was thinking of it like wound, but nope. Okay, so maybe I could have put a little more effort into killing this guy. Attacked him for 2. Yeah, that was probably right. And it would have worked, too. I would have drawn a +1. Which is exactly what I needed for the kill. Okay, not bad though. We didn't take too much damage. You're at what, 11 out of 18? Yeah, you could use the heal. We want to go get near the door, obviously. This obstacle near the door is going to be maybe interesting. I can get rid of it if I want. And it'll generate some XP, which is sort of nice. I don't think I care much whether this obstacle is here or not, so I might as well get rid of it for the XP. Oh yeah, I could also just, if I want it in the general area, I could move it somewhere else, huh? It only targets enemies, so I don't have to worry about hurting an ally. I'm just going to put it here, so it's next to me if I want to throw it in the next round, or the next fight. Cragheart, yeah, even if he gets a heal 3, he'll still, and then long rest, he'll still be perfectly happy to receive more heals. As usual, I kind of think throwing knives is an early candidate for removal. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get a chance to use the Sunkeeper's empowering command to get you some cards back. But, I don't know. The empowering command to attack 4 was pretty cool as well. Meant we didn't have to worry about that golem attacking again. Or living for another round and then maybe attacking. Thief's Knack is also a decent candidate for removal. But I think having a bottom half attack is pretty cool. Yeah, let's get rid of the throwing knives. Sure. Tough to open the door, isn't it? And yet, clearly a bad idea not to? I don't know. I think we're just doing nothing this turn with both of these characters. Like, a long rest is pretty good for them. We get like 4 effective HP on the Sunkeeper. Cragheart gets back 3 effective HP and also his leather armor for 2 disadvantages. And also, they both get 2... No, sorry, I included that in the effective HP. They get back 2 health, but that's not a surprise. They could both short rest, and we could charge in right now. That's sort of saving the scoundrel a turn. But at the expense of costing the other two a decent amount of HP. I think we just have to focus more on empowering command on future turns. So, yeah, and long rest with these guys. In the meantime, like, we can loot, right? Oh, I just took out the throwing knives. No, that's my loot 2. I have a loot 1 in here somewhere, don't I? No, I guess I must have cut it. Okay. Well, we're at full, so we don't need special mixture now. I think we can afford to pick up this gold. With backstab, maybe? No. I think this might be a shuffle in which I can't really use the Thief's Knack. Gosh, I have to play 2 cards? I can't get rid of 2 cards. They're all so good. Maybe I don't need Sinister Opportunity this shuffle. Enemies are going to be adjacent to my allies no matter what. And I'll be able to reach them no matter what, so it's not like I need a big move. Craggy, Cragheart. Heaving Swing might be tough to activate. With Clear the Way, I should be able to activate it once. And with Rock Slide, I guess, as well. Maybe it's Massive Boulder? I'd like it to deal with living spirits, but maybe that doesn't have to be his job. I was sort of unimpressed with the bottom half of Glorious Bolt. Wow. The top half, I didn't even notice it was target 2. That's... Obviously you need light to do that, but it's still pretty cool. You know, maybe I just hope I'm not going to get into a situation where Protective Blessing is that good. The top half is fine, but I'd rather be attacking. The bottom half, it's going to be tough to find the right turn to play this on. And it's a low initiative value, so it's rather inflexible to play this. You need to pair it with something fast. Sorry, a high initiative value, low priority, I guess. Okay, I guess another point about long resting versus short resting is we did waste the light element that turn, but I mean, it was going to be hard to use, let's be real. So this is an obvious play for the Scoundrel. Poison somebody and then stab them. Actually, well, yeah, we kind of need to be slow. I'd rather play Open Wound, but I want my move to be Special Mixture, which means to be slow, I kind of have to play Single Out. And then next turn I can like Flanking Strike, Hidden Daggers, or Open Wound, Hidden Daggers. That should be fine. Might be time to defensive stance now, I think. Is there any useful top half I can play? You're still a little damaged. You could heal yourself, I suppose. Do I have any of that top half? There it is, Dazzling Charge. So I guess it's Cragheart's job to open the door. A little awkward. I mean, not really. He kind of likes doing that, but I guess it's Rock Slide as an opening salvo to make it awkward for multiple of them to approach us. And, oh, excuse me, you're playing your cards in the wrong order. And what's the move? Like, does it matter at all? It should be whatever I don't want for the rest of this round, right? Which, I'm thinking maybe I don't need Crushing Grasp? You might as well go fast, I think. Open the door so everyone else has... I mean, obviously, looking at their initiative values, I'm going before them, but... Without knowing that, I should make sure that whatever these guys are doing, they have enemies to attack when they move, so I'll go as early as possible. Or early as possible without wasting a card I'm going to want later. So... Move 3 for the elites. 1, 2, 3. So you can get here. The normal bears. Wait, which one's the elite? The purple one's the elite. So you're also moving 1, 2, 3. You can get to the door unless I stopped you with an obstacle there, which would be fun. More important, what are the ranged guys doing? Move 3, range 3. So you can get pretty far with that, right? Or move 2, range 2 for the smaller ones. So if I get out of the doorway, only the elites can target us, but they both can. Oh, there are obstacles in here. That's sort of nice. I didn't notice that. Or I didn't remember that from last time. And then we have the Spitting Drakes, who are moving 2, attacking at range 5. Or 4 for the normal Spitting Drakes. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Okay. Which tile is this guy in? He's on this one, right? Yeah. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I use the boots to back up to like here. First of all, I do have line of sight to this square, so I can still block the bear. Do I want to block the bear? What is she doing? Healing and blocking. She doesn't really need to be adjacent to anyone. The scoundrel does sort of want to be able to attack someone, right? And this bear is only moving 3, isn't he? So he'll just be standing here. Sadly, I guess I won't be flanking at all if I back up. But I think it's worth it to avoid an attack 6 to... right? And the muddle. Where am I rock sliding if I stand here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's also, yeah, how far I can even reach. So I want to actually hit enemies with the rock slide, ideally, right? One, 2, 3, 4. So I can just barely reach this bear if I'm standing here. It's a little sad. What about here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but this isn't an empty square. Empty hex. Maybe it is worth it to take the 6 here. If I stand here, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but this is such a good spot for an obstacle. Oh. Okay, maybe I can just stay in the doorway. It lets me hit all of these living spirits. And I can still block off both bears so they don't get to me. The downside is that these 3 living spirits and the Spitting Drake, elite, but not the normal ones, right, are all attacking? Correct. Also, the scoundrel doesn't get to attack anyone. I guess making these guys suffer 2 is not as good as it looks, because they're about to heal 1 anyway. Gosh, if I do this, I'm like not even hitting anyone, am I? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Standing here, I get attacked by the Spitting Drake Elite. And by both of these guys. Which is 5. Wow, that's so much. I just have to run away. It looks cool to get more attacks in. If I, God, this guy's getting us no matter what, and this guy's getting somebody no matter what. But at least it'll be the Sunkeeper who's going to be shielded up. One, two, 3, 4, 5. So if I let the bear advance to here so that the scoundrel gets in a poison and an attack, then this guy gets to attack the scoundrel. Which is sort of undesirable. So maybe I'm passing on the attack as well? That's probably wrong. I'm probably supposed to take the attack and then at least I can go invisible next turn. So... ugh. Alright, I guess I'll just do this. Run away as much as I can. I can't even reach there, huh? Well, but I wanted to let the bear in anyway. Okay, well... put down a bunch of rocks so that it's a little bit tougher to surround us. Gross. I'm not sure if this was unfavorable somehow. Like, did I get unlucky with the cards they were drawing? Or is this just sort of what I should expect? You know... I'm just realizing that using that card might actually be bad. Because... I was thinking this guy's going to move to here and then attack. He'll be in range of everybody. But actually, he can only reach the Sunkeeper because this bear is in the way, no? No, he can get to here, right? Yeah, he can target anyone he wants. Okay. And this guy can't target anybody, whether she... okay, so I don't need to move with her. Fine. Well, so we get hit by the Spitting Drake, and that's all this turn. Or no, and you, right. Pretty happy with that. I wonder if I should have picked back up the Rock Slide, because the ability to like double Rock Slide these guys, I don't know, I have massive boulder, do I not? Fuck, I burned it. It's so good right here. I guess I do remember saying that I'm going to try to make it not his problem to deal with the living spirits, but who else is supposed to do it? They all suck. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wait, can the spinning drake not reach us? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the scoundrel moves up to attack the bear, then she can be reached. Huh. I mean, I don't think it's that good to poison the bear and attack it for 4. And then get attacked for 6 in return. I might actually apply Single Out as a buff? It seems crazy. When are they ever going to be adjacent to none of their allies? They're all just going to crowd around the doorway, presumably. So I think I will not do that. And hopefully the spinning drakes get lower range for the next few turns. I'm still kind of wondering if I should have picked back up Rock Slide. It's a bummer to have wasted it here. I should have considered that like walking up and then back would likely be a way to approach the scenario. And therefore I shouldn't play like my best ranged attack necessarily. Now a little bit annoyingly, I burned Throwing Knives, which is the card I want right now. Because I want... I want to be able to move slowly, or rather quickly, Hidden Daggers, and then like do something useful with my top half, which I can't do if I'm not moving, because I don't have a ranged attack. I think I was considering burning Backstab, right? It seems like that would work out pretty well. But it was tough, I think, to predict exactly what was going to happen here. Well, surely it was tough to predict exactly, but maybe I could have said, I already have plenty of single target. Let's make sure I keep in that Throwing Knives. So, I mean, I could act last here and just walk up to them and give them an open wound. I'm not getting the invisibility then, but I'm also probably not getting attacked much. Maybe one of the bears has attack with target 2 or something, but hopefully not. I guess it's time for a Purifying Aura to retaliate against the bears. This is my only chance for it to be good. Cautious Advance also very strong right now. We're about to get pummeled, right? Maybe that's better. I think I should try to move up as well, right? Move here. Just to try to plug this hole so it's harder for them to swarm us. Cragheart could destroy one of these obstacles by like walking here, heaving, swinging the bear into it. But this obstacle is serving an important role. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to clear the way. Getting it here. And top or bottom half rather. I'd like to move up a bit. I guess rumbling advance is okay. It makes this guy suffer, but I don't really want to do that. Let's say I'm not going to use opposing strike for much this round. Everything else I could sort of imagine using. I know I said I didn't really want to, like, create a 3-on-1, and now instead I'm creating a 2-on-1, which is even worse. I'm just going to let the ranged guys pick me off, but like, I don't know, I don't see a better plan. I'm really afraid of getting surrounded. We're just going to have to tolerate that retaliate, sadly. I guess we're only attacking them once, so it's not that bad. Not that hard to tolerate. I think I'm moving up first and throwing maybe this obstacle rather than throwing this one. I'm not totally sure why. There's a pretty good spot to hit right there, I guess, which I could reach from either side. But I feel like I want to make this opening a little bit wider for whatever reason. Without, like, actively letting the enemies pass the front line. This is only attack 3. It might do no damage here. No. What? Okay. Usually right-click cancels things, but here I have to click the square I targeted to unselect it. So I could target this, where it's more certain to do real damage, but less likely to affect the enemies I really am worried about. I don't know, I'm worried about all the enemies. I think getting some real damage in here is important. Also, it diverts this bear a little bit, might make it harder for him to get in, I don't know. Oh, I always forget. It's like, it's such a tiny icon, it poisons them. Actually, I think here was better. Because poisoning these guys is sort of like removing a shield, right? I don't know. Poisoning here is fine. I'll just leave it. Ugh, she's so miserable. I mean, I love that she has 2 shields, but this is still hurting a lot. Oh, I didn't notice. These spinning drakes are also getting in a good attack, huh? Maybe I shouldn't have moved the crag card up? I don't know. That hurts. I don't think I want to pick up a card here. She's gonna have to, like, flanking strike and then retreat, sadly. Oh god, they're gonna get to muddle all of us with these hexes, aren't they? at least the elite is. God, this fight is miserable. The first half, well, the first, like, the entryway. What? That's a weird... How does that work? How did he attack only her? I don't think there is a targeting hex where that's what happens. Well, I guess he has line of sight to there and can target this square, which reaches here with range 2. This, I guess, yeah, this square even has line of sight to that square, huh? Weird. I guess it doesn't matter, though. Okay. So, I don't know. The entryway, very easy. And then, like, this is just a nightmare. There's all these ranged guys. You need to have, like... Maybe the problem is just who I'm bringing to this fight. I need fast ranged damage, right? Weathering the storm of all these attacks. I don't know. Let's not concede yet, but I don't think I'm winning. Being able to weather the storm just seems impossible. There's so much damage coming in that we can't, like, attack. We can't get away from. You know, maybe I wasn't supposed to come up to the doorway. I was supposed to let the bears come to me, but it's not like these enemies are slow. They're about as fast as the bears. By the time the bears get to me, these guys will have done so as well. But maybe the area would be more open and I could sneak in behind them or something and start killing the ranged guys instead of the melee guys? I don't know, it just seems very tough. Whereas if I could find a character who has large ranged AoE, which I guess, like, nobody has that, right? That's just asking for the moon. Spellweaver sort of fits the bill. And so does the Cragheart. Like, he should be able to kill these guys with his suffer stuff, but I threw away Boulder and then I wasted Rock Slide. Maybe if I had, like, Spellweaver and Cragheart both on the team, I could be taking care of this stuff a little bit more effectively. Or there's a character you can unlock via some story missions who is kind of an archer type dude. And I'm not sure exactly what he would be doing against this, but he certainly has some tools that would work to do something. Well, I said I would have trouble predicting a turn when we're going to take a bunch of damage. Oh, you know what? I should have put the Sunkeeper here and the Scoundrel here so that she'd be adjacent to more allies. Or did I burn that card? I did. Okay. Very funny. Well, let's turn on that Retaliate, I guess. This would be the time to Empowering Command, I suppose. But I don't... For the top half, I mean. But I think I want this top half, right? Bottom half of Empowering Command is also pretty good here. Dirt Tornado seems good. Rumbling Advance for the initiative and the heal seems fine. Ah, right. We were muddled. I was trying to figure out if we had... I couldn't tell if we had dodged a times 0 with strengthen, or with advantage, rather. Or been forced to dodge a times 2 with muddle, and we were forced to dodge the times 2. Does the blessing stay in the deck if you draw it but don't get to use it? It doesn't. Okay. Well, let me just back off here. Let me just back way off? Scoundrel is pretty good at getting back into the fight, and this way she can avoid their AoE attacks for a bit. Now I wish I hadn't destroyed that obstacle, I guess. Oh, and my adjacent ally is not going to be attacking 4 with this line, huh? Whoops, those two should have coordinated a little better. Of course, you're not allowed to coordinate, so that's the joke. I think it's actually fine because I want to move away from this bear anyway. I don't want to let him attack me for 5 or whatever it is. This is still expected to do like 0 damage. I don't think I'll use the power potion. Actually, since I'm not going to hit these guys for much anyway, I might as well go for the bears. Oh, you know, muddling them is pretty good, actually. I take that back. Oh. I meant to use Earthen Clod for its bottom half heal, not Rumbling Advance for its top half heal. Okay. Flanking Backstab. Purifying Command. And then we'll fix the Cragheart. Get out of here. So you were supposed to Dirt Tornado and Earthen Clod. Right. I just clicked on something that said heal, but it was supposed to be a bottom half heal. Now I could stay adjacent here. Actually... I mean, it would let me kill this bear, which would be nice. But it also lets these guys, like, it lets me get attacked 4 times. And probably more, because I'll be trying to long rest coming up soon. Move 4, range 4. Oh my god. So he can get to me, like, no matter what, right? And he will. He'll choose a focus, which will be the Sunkeeper. And then... he'll try to find a way to... my understanding of how they behave is he'll try to find a move he can make that maximizes the number of enemies he hits with this. And since he has move 4 and range 4, like, I can't get away from him anywhere in this room. What about these guys? Can I get away from them? Move 3, range 3. Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is not far enough away. I have to be down here. Which I think is worth it. But it does mean they won't step further forward. Like, they'll step enough forward to reach the Cragheart, but not any further. I could maybe draw them into the room by going less far away, but I don't think I want to do that. You know, I could just attack this bear, I guess. Instead of turning on Purifying Aura. This might just be more damage. Yeah, let's go for that. Okay, the bear is dead now. As long as I walk away. Which I will. Because he's going to take a damage from wound this turn and then do nothing. And then next turn he'll take a damage from wound again. Oh wow, that one was close enough. He could still reach even this square. I guess I should have moved further? Maybe I couldn't have. Oof. Yeah, this guy's gonna reach us all too. Yeah, there's no light. Let's get rid of this. Jeez. Maybe I'm not going to get a chance to use hidden daggers. I guess I could just burn it top half for the XP before I die. There's just no way this ends well. This is going to be even worse than last time. I don't have anything like the firepower to get through this. I needed to kill the ranged guys much sooner. But okay, like, I think I'm ready to concede here. But it does, like, as I already talked about, I think I need to bring the right team to this. And the importance of very fast ranged damage, especially that can bypass shields, is crucial, I think. Like, that's something I should remember. Because, like, say I brought somebody with, like, even just a tinkerer with a bow, whatever that bow is they sell in the shops, that lets you once ignore all enemy shields. You could just ink bomb all these guys into oblivion as soon as you reveal them. And then suddenly the fight is much, much easier, right? So, okay, I mean, I think I'm gonna die here. Do we have any, like, people who care about someone getting exhausted or something? I don't know, whatever, I'll just die. Yeah, we don't. Okay, I have to wait for them to finish their turn before I can abandon. Anything here? Gain XP? No? Okay, I abandon then. Just the wrong team. Okay, well, at least giving up early meant I didn't have to make it to 2 hours. Really a miserable showing. I'm stunned I was so close last time. I had the brute that time, didn't I? I remember the whole thing came down to a shield bash on the last turn where I could have drawn a ×2 and won somehow. How did I even come so close? I don't really remember. Might be worth reviewing. But I think ultimately I just, you know, like, who are the mercs that are available if I wanted to bring somebody? Well, okay. First of all, I guess just here's the list of all the mercenaries I know about, whether I have any of them on the team or not. And, you know, my eye is drawn to Spellweaver and Tinkerer. No one else really has, like, big AoE. I don't think you have any. Does this do anything? No, this looks pretty awful. It even says melee damage support. So, right, whereas if we took the Tinkerer, I mean, we already have one on the team, and I think we haven't rolled up a Spellweaver yet, so you guys would be seeing that for the first time. That could be fun. But if we bring Twink along, oops, I don't actually. How do I make him go away? I didn't actually want to bring him. I just meant to click on him. Hello? X? Delete. No, I do not wish to delete. I wish to not bring him. Ah. Okay, I did not find that completely intuitive. But, okay, it's not unreasonable. Anyway, but I wanted to look at his deck, right? We have, like, all the cards we start with, like Netshooter and so on. Is there any of, like, the unlocked cards we have that would be especially good? Crankbow would be a nice finisher kind of thing. Yeah. But I was thinking of stuff like Inkbomb and Netshooter specifically. They're not huge AoE, but those enemies tend to cluster, so Inkbomb should be able to hit 3 of them. And, you know, with the Piercing Bow, which he already owns, you could just ice 3 of them in one turn and hugely cut down on your problems. So, I don't know if we're going to go into that fight again next episode, maybe. But whenever we do, I'm going to bring the Tinkerer, and I don't think it would be unreasonable to bring a Spellweaver as well. But maybe it would be a little bit too much commitment to that plan. I don't know. I think she would be good at... You could use her to take care of the Spitting Drakes, ride the wind behind enemy lines, and then just blast them. Should be possible. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.